Hello to all my foodie lovers. Welcome to the MealPro channel. My name is Chef Dan Catania here in Sacramento, and I'm a culinary instructor for anyone that wants to learn how to do some cooking. So I'm going to show you a technique that I use to do pesto. Okay, so when you have your leaves of pesto, what you want to do, you want to save these stems. That's very important. Some people just take them and they throw them out. I save them, and I tell you why. The reason why I save these stems is because I infuse them, or I infuse some olive oil, okay, in a small little sauce pot, like extra virgin olive oil. I have an extra one. I'll put that in a little pot along with these stems and infuse those flavors of basil in it. So I'll have a basil extra virgin olive oil infusion inside of my olive oil. So that's why I save them. Don't throw them away. Always save those, right? Secondly, what I'm going to do is I have this real simple and it's easy to do. I have a chopper here. You could use a blender if you like, but I use a chopper. And then I'm just going to add my basil right inside of my chopper. Okay, this is going to be the pesto that you're making. It smells so wonderful. I wish you could smell it through the camera. So anyway, so I'm going to add this pesto, the basil, right inside of the chopper. And then I'm just going to pulse it a little bit, just to get it chopped up some. Now to open it up, push it down a little bit. You know, pesto is so healthy. You know, you just use fresh, sweet basil, and there it is. See how it's going? With no problem. It's chopped up really good. Okay, and at this point, what you're going to do is you could use pine nuts if you'd like. You could use walnuts if you'd like. You could use almonds if you like. In this case, I'm going to put a little bit of each. I'm going to put some walnuts. I'm going to put some almonds, and then I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of the pine nuts as well in there. Then I'm going to also take it again and pulse that up. What you're doing, you're mixing all those nuts in with the basil. And what does that do to your dish? It just adds some real nutty flavors into your soups, in your sauces. It really makes it it's something that's entirely a wonderful experience. So that's chopping real fine, almost into a paste. So that's what's happening. The pesto is actually a paste, okay? And then at this point, I'm going to drop in maybe about a half a cup of Parmesan Reggiano cheese. You could use any kind of Parmesan, but I love Parmesan Reggiano because it's the best in Italy. So I'm going to add about a half a cup of the Parmesan Reggiano inside. And then again, we're going to pulse it. Okay, a little pinch of salt. Okay, just to bring out some of the flavors into it. Not much, you got to watch your sodium. But I'm going to add that into it. And then I'm going to just turn it on and let it go. So I like using extra virgin olive oil. What's extra virgin olive oil? That's actually the first press of the olive oil coming out when they press it. Extra virgin, okay? This is what I'm going to use. And I put it in these squeeze bottles here, right? And then I just take the squeeze bottles and I'm just going to add that right into my pesto. Okay, start to soften it up. All right, a little bit of pesto. Stop it here, and I'm going to open it up and see how smooth it is. You want it to be a nice little paste, okay? That's what you're looking for. I like to make it a little bit more runny because I'm going to show you why in a few short minutes here with my pesto. Okay, I'm just going to open that up. That extra virgin olive oil is just, oh, it's so awesome. Great. Okay, awesome. Set that there. Okay, looking great. Beautiful. So this is the consistency you want to make your pesto. Okay, you want it to be more, I like it a little bit more on the wet side, and I'll show you why in a moment. But this is the consistency you want to make pesto. Okay, more like a paste, more like a small little like a like maybe some figs or something like that you take and you ground up, but you want to make it nice and light. You don't want it to be nice and heavy. Okay, at this point, I'm going to take a little pastry bag, okay, a small little pastry bag, pick those up at any of the stores. Okay, and then I'm going to open this up here with the pastry bag. So how do you store your pesto? You can do it a lot of ways. You could put them in little jars, but I like to be a little bit more creative because I like using my pesto in a lot of different ways, to fold it into pastas, to fold it into gnocchi, to fold it into soups. So I just take my pesto and I put it right in my pastry bag like that, okay? And then you could go to the dollar store or Safeway, you could even buy it online with Amazon. But what I do is I buy these small little ice containers, okay? Like this. This is what I buy. And then I use these as my mold for my pesto. And I just take and cut it off a little bit. Okay, push that through. And then I just take and I pipe it into my containers like that. Okay, so I'm going to go all the way here. And then I freeze these. So when you do a sauce, when you do a soup, you could take either 3 or 4 of these pestos right out of the container, right? Then what you do is you freeze that, and then you just pop them right out from the bottom. Beak. And you could use them in the sauces, use them in the soups, however you want to do your pesto. A lot of people put them in jars and stuff like that, and they sit in the refrigerator. I recommend buying these little small containers, ice cube containers, and putting them in there, and then freezing them. Then you use them whenever you want to use them. They don't go bad on you. It doesn't. You have to go to say, how long ago did I make this pesto? Well, you put them in these containers, then you don't have to worry about the shelf life on it, right? That's it. I hope you enjoyed this series of how to make pesto and put it and store it completely. We have fun doing this, so we hope you. And if you're new, tune into our channel, tune into the channel with MealPro. It's a wonderful place. Go online, look at some of the food items. You're going to love it. Ciao, arrivederci.